Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Outer Wilds. So we are on new planets. So last episode, well, technically 2 episodes ago, we made our way to Brittle Hollow. The first episode we were there, we didn't spend a whole lot of time there, before we were sucked into the black hole. Last episode, we went and spent a little bit more time there. Didn't feel like we got too far. I was trying to find the Southern Observatory. There's the quantum moon, I believe. It doesn't have a label. I've turned my headlights off instead. Alright, we gotta find Brittle Hollow. It should be out away from the sun. Maybe I should have marked it on my, maybe I should have marked it on my HUD. Let's land real quick and do that. I know my way to the Ash Twin. Could you just head your way, or the Hourglass Twins, because you just kind of head towards the sun, and it's right there. Now I actually have to do a little bit of navigation, which is great. So we want to go in, and apparently Riebeck is out on Brittle Hollow. That's the guy's name that's hanging out playing his banjo, I believe it is. Can I... how do I do this again? View entries? No. How do I mark this thing? Man, whatever. Can I mark that? Find map mode. Back to map mode. Huh. Okay, well, I don't know what I've messed up there. So we're just gonna, you know, hop in the old spaceship here and just crash land into Timberhearth. So we are looking for that guy right there. Nailed it. Brittle Hollow. At some point, I think we're gonna. I don't know if you can actually land on Hollow's lantern or not. That would be kind of a cool thing. I think, at least. Just to go see, you know, what's up with that. And one thing I'm noticing as I'm coming here early is that Brittle Hollow is actually, like, full? Is that the way to say it? Brittle Hollow is actually, like an actual planet. Before, I guess, it starts getting sucked into the black hole. So, anyway, I guess we'll learn more about that. Maybe we should be a little careful of where we park the old ship. Or it's just gonna just fall into the black hole, never to be seen again, I guess. Okay, so let's go ahead and land right next to where a fireball just almost demolished my ship. Flop. Okay, so we just make our way over here and get stuck on whatever the heck that was. And we're gonna go up and in to the secret path. I'm sure there's a I'm sure there is a more an easier way to get in here. I think you can actually access this through the gravity lift, or not the gravity lift, the gravity cannon that we passed over while we were flying over the planet. But we haven't really discovered too much about this area. So, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Okay. So here's the little map. And then this way is to the Hanging City, or I guess all of that is the Hanging City. Not really interested in seeing that just yet. And then this way was what? The gravity cannon. Oh, it's over that way. Okay, so maybe there's not. Maybe there's not a way over here from the gravity cannon. I don't know if I want to go up there or not, really. There's really no way down. I want to go talk to this guy because if you talk to the people, they give you advice, I think, on what to do. And that's what I missed out on the Hourglass Twins, or on Ember Twin, was that I did not go to talk. I went to go talk to Chert, but I didn't talk to Chert before the supernova came, and he didn't really say much. He was just kind of freaking out all the dang time. The Tower of Quantum Knowledge. There it is. Everybody look. We're gonna have to... So, I think the thing about this planet, much like the Hourglass Twins, we're gonna have to be quick about visiting places here, because the places eventually get sucked into the black hole, just never to be seen again, and we wouldn't be able to, we wouldn't really be able to visit them, I guess. Cool. Well, this guy's just playing on his banjo. Let's have a ceremonial marshmallow to celebrate this momentous occasion of meeting a new character. Cool. Hello, you are a large guy, Riebeck. Alright. Oh, you launched. That's great. Great job, you. I have a name, you know. Great job, you. X. Well, I guess that means I've been out here a while, huh? Well, this is Brittle Hollow. Thank you. But you probably knew that. I did. Lots of history here. It's great. Thanks for the elaboration. I'm not really sure what hole on his helmet he's looking out of. What are you doing here? I'm here to see the Hanging City, but it's always been my dream to see it with my own 4 eyes. Oh, this guy. Oh, yeah, the Herthians do have 4 eyes. I forgot. I somehow forgot. It's been a while since I've seen a Herthian in the face, except for Slate on the home planet. With my own 4 eyes, ever since I was a hatchling, an alien race lived in the solar system long before our species even existed. Yes, I knew that. How could I not want to see what their civilization was like? Only... ... You've probably heard the others say it, right? I'm afraid of space. Wait, what? Seriously, I'm more surprised than anybody that I'm out here. Do you want to know how I even got this far? I fell. Tripped over a gravity crystal. It's dumb luck. I landed somewhere. My little scout says is halfway stable, instead of being sucked into what's below. Yeah, it's not too bad, dude. I got sucked into what's below. You just get sent to the White Hole Station, and then back here. I've been gauging the stability of the ground around me using my little scout. And this seems to be the place with the best surface integrity, and I'm just gonna stay here until I'm ready to move on. But that's enough about me and my problems. You didn't come all this way to listen to me blather, did you? Heh, that'd be... yeah. I learned something. Oh, cool. What is it? I saw the Hanging City on Brittle Hollow. I did not see the Hanging City. Maybe we should say that, see if he gives us anything else. So you visited the Hanging City? Oh gosh, how was it? Was it amazing? Was it beautiful? Was it scary? The Hanging City is where the Nomai settled permanently on Brittle Hollow. It was their most advanced settlement here. Why they chose to build their most advanced settlement so close to a you-know-what is beyond me. Maybe that kind of thing makes sense to the Nomai, though. Maybe they needed the black hole for something. Okay, I learned something. I saw the Sunless City on Ember Twin. You mean there's another Nomai city inside of Ember Twin? That's incredible. A whole city, and I had no idea it existed. This is great. How did they keep the sand out if it were for... well, they did not, apparently. If it were me, I'd be nervous about getting buried in the caves by that awful river of sand. Gosh, the Nomai sure were ingenious, building an entire settlement underground. The Sunless City. Wow! That means there were 2 groups of Nomai. One that lived on Ember Twin, and one that lived here on Brittle Hollow, but they must have traveled around the solar system, since Nomai writing can be found on other planets too. What else did I learn? I went to the comet and... Oh, wow! Wow! That's how the Nomai died? Okay. So that kind of confirms it, I guess. That the Nomai died out from the ghost matter that was in the core of the comet that entered the solar system here. That's really sad, isn't it? I know it was a long time ago, but still. Stars above. It's lucky we hadn't evolved to live on land yet. Right, okay, so there's something to it. So there's kind of a mystery of how did the Hearthians survive the ghost matter when we know that the Nomai and the Hearthians existed at the same time, albeit the Hearthians were a primitive species. So it's kind of interesting. Maybe we'll learn a little bit more about it. I think the Hearthians, they keep saying that they were hatchlings, so they came from eggs, so maybe that prevented something. Or, you know, the mural back on Timberhearth shows that, I think it shows crawling out of water, so maybe water protects against ghost matter? Not really sure. Who really knows? Kind of up for a debate, I guess. Maybe we'll learn more about it. To think, if the comet hadn't killed them, our species might have coexisted in this solar system. That would have been amazing. But I guess if I hadn't wanted to learn why the Nomai disappeared, I'd never have left Timberhearth and come out here. Or any of these adventures. Don't get me wrong, space is terrifying, but you know, it has its moments. Where should I explore here? Oh wow, where shouldn't you explore here? Not the black hole. Actually, that's no. Which is unfortunate because the most exciting stuff is all below the crust, including the Hanging City. That's just to the north. You can kind of see it from here. There's also this big dome on the South Pole called the Southern Observatory. You can't get inside from the surface, but trust me, I tried. But if it's like the rest of the Nomai structures here, there's probably a path to it beneath the crust somewhere. Good luck with exploring. If you learn anything about the Nomai, I'd love to hear it. If it's not too much trouble. Okay. What are you doing out here? Me? I'm an archaeologist, remember? Or, the archaeologist, I guess, seeing as I'm all Timberhearth's got right now. Brittle Hollow is rich with Nomai history, that's why I'm here. This planet is an absolute treasure trove of culture, history, and science. If you have any questions about Brittle Hollow, the Brittle Hollow Nomai, I'm your Hearthian, or, I have some knowledge of them. I mean, so, maybe I can help? Okay. So, anyway. Wait. I need to identify him. There we go. I forgot to identify him. Hey, keep playing so I can identify you. There we go. Okay. He's been identified. Okay, so, you know, I came here initially because I wanted to check out the Southern Observatory in all of that glory. But what is this? Where does this come from? Oh, interesting. It's the black hole. But what I'm thinking instead is that we go check out the Hanging City. The Hanging City seems to have some information. We'll probably learn a little bit more about Brittle Hollow and all that it has to offer. Gravity cannon that way. Sunless City was this way, right? Or, not the Sunless City, the Hanging City. Oh man, I'm gonna mix that up a couple times, probably. Alright guys, sorry about this weird cut that I'm just kind of inserting into the episode. Unfortunately, for I don't know how long, but I've had a couple of different microphone issues. For some reason, my microphone will cut out on me midway through recording, and I'm not really in a position to really kind of notice it as I'm recording. So I get through my recording, and I notice that my audio is all sorts of messed up, which is just dandy. This is actually a different loop than the one before the cut. I've actually already been in the Hanging City, and I've already been in one of the districts, but you know, unfortunately that footage is no good because the audio is kind of messed up on it. So I have to scrap it, do some fancy schmancy editing, which I'm not really all that great at, just to get it, just to get everything working, I guess. So I apologize for that. But I am going to show you kind of what I already explored on the first loop. So just to reiterate, this episode is like 2 loops smushed together. So my ship log won't really update or anything like that. Full disclosure, I messed it up. I blamed it on the mic. So this is the Hanging City, which is just like awe-inspiring. It is a very cool area. We were actually up there briefly when we were in the middle of the Ash Twin project, or not the middle of the the middle of the Ash Twin project, and we used the stone to like create a hologram of ourselves, I guess, and see like that little area. So we were up there at one point before we actually physically set foot on here. So it looks like the Hanging City is actually split up into 4 different districts. We have the Black Hole Forge District, the Eye Shrine District, the Melt Water District, and the School District. The Eye Shrine District is kind of interesting. There was one in the Sunless City as well, if you guys recall. So they were all about this shrine, this eye, the eye of the universe. That's why they came to this solar system to begin with, or the star system, or whatever you want to call it. So what I did in my first loop, I started with the School District, which is what I'll do today. It's the only district that I began which I actually began exploring. And it didn't look like there was too much to it. We do have a little bit of extra time to explore it. Last episode, I didn't get too much time to explore it, but it's not a very big district, so there's not a whole lot out here. So we have some ghost matter that prevents us from going a long way. Shame on you, ghost matter. Wiping out an entire Nomai tribe. Not great. You big jerk. So what we're gonna do real quick, I already know the layout of this place, if I'm being honest, but I'll try to show you as much as I possibly can here. There is a bit of ghost matter spread out through here, but it's not that big of a hindrance in your navigation, at least of the School District. It will probably come into play in some of the other districts that we explore. So there is a place to go get some oxygen, which I desperately need. So let's go ahead and grab some while I can. Right in here. So this is the ghost matter that I showed you guys on the way over here. That path just beyond the door there is the path that we took to get to this place. So up here, there's actually a classroom, which is fitting for a school district, I guess, and some Nomai children that didn't quite make it. I think one of the interesting things about the ghost matter, is that it seems like it just kind of killed everybody, like, just in their tracks, which is kind of interesting to think about. It's just like, I see there's school children still sitting at their desks and whatnot. Like, it like instantly killed people, or not people, but Nomai. It just took them out instantly. So that's just kind of an interesting thing to note. It looks like these are like Nomai toys, an infinity sign right here. The Nomai like to play with math, I guess. Okay, so before we read those, we gotta go over here, because there is there is an extra, like, tablet, or whatever you want to call these things. What are they called? A scroll. So there's an extra scroll here that we can read as well. And again, I've already read these scrolls, so I'm gonna reread them just for the in the name of continuance. I don't want to cut anything out just because I've already read them and my recording messed up. Sigh. Okay. So, we have a couple scrolls to get through here. And it looks like these scrolls are really just like children's like school projects, which is kind of interesting. But let's go ahead and jump into them here. So this is Lami, who I said in my first loop that I tried to play might be French. Could be pronounced Lami, Lami, or Lami. I went with Lami because he's a French Nomai. Okay, explanation of festivals. All the Nomai clans from all over the universe meet in one place to share what they've learned in science and art. It's called the festival. Okay, so as we've learned at the Sunless City, the scribble lines are like children writing. So Lami is a child, and then this right here would have been an adult, more than likely probably their teacher. Felix. Don't forget, festivals happen every 10 years. At some festivals, one clan's big discovery can mean all the Nomai get to advance too. Like Anana's warp core, which made it so everyone can warp warp long distances and explore more. Each clan has a festival envoy to show their most interesting work. Our envoy was Thatch. A single festival can last a long time. We can't go because we're stuck here. But Felix says we used to go too. Okay, so as we've learned, the Nomai are stuck in this solar system. So no festivals. No festivals for them. This is Elix. Why we should build a new vessel. Each Nomai clan explores the universe in its own vessel. The vessel is the heart of every clan. It's unusual for Nomai to remain in one place for so long. Nomai are wanderers and have no permanent home. If we built a new vessel, we could return to our adventurous way of life. Imagine all the new places we could go. Our clan wouldn't be stuck here in this star system. We could even meet with other Nomai and learn from them, like Coleus says we used to do. It probably wouldn't be hard to get the parts if we stopped building other new things, and if we broke down other structures like the towers on Ashtwin for parts. We might have to build a smaller vessel for now, even though vessels are normally large, but we could make it bigger later once we reach planets with more resources. It would also help if we stopped building so many things to search for the Eye of the Universe. I asked Yarrow, and he says we use a lot of resources on the Ashtwin project. Very accurate. We could even have a warp core for jumping long distances like vessels have. Excuse me. Pokey tells me she plans to make a very advanced warp core for a different project. I'm sure she could connect it to the vessel for travel, because Pokey is smart. Okay, so I think, like, the big takeaway from that is, you know, there's, this isn't the only Nomai clan, so it sounds like the Nomai, species, spent a lot of their time traveling in vessels, and they kind of split up into different clans, obviously. You know, it's entirely possible that there are still Nomai out there, somewhere. But maybe a little odd why they didn't come looking for this clan after they didn't show up at the festival. Formation of this universe. No one knows how this universe was made, but one thing we do know is everything used to be very hot and very dense, tightly packed together. As this early universe expanded, it also cooled down. Once it had cooled down enough, particles were able to group together to form things like galaxies, stars, and planets. Since then, space has continued to expand at a faster and faster rate, which is hard to think about for too long without your brain hurting. This universe will keep getting colder and larger until one day the stars and the life they support will all die. That's scary to think about, even though Konoi tells me it won't happen in our lifetimes, but it'll happen in someone else's someday. Very true. Like my lifetime. Over and over and over again. Okay, cool. So, the good thing, I guess the silver lining to my mic being cut out is now I have a little bit more time to explore this area. So something that I was going to put off until the next episode was actually right over here in this building. There is a couple of gravity crystals at the top of this building that lead on a pathway up. So, as Bilbo Baggins says, we're going on an adventure! So we're gonna walk up this ice. I assume this is ice. Now, the reason that I put this off for the next episode was because this pathway actually leads... Put me down! This pathway actually leads across, like, we are now, like, walking on the surface of the planet here. So what we need to try to do this normally. So what's happening on Brittle Hollow here is that the crust of the this planet is being sucked into the black hole piece by piece. So things are like messed up. This path actually is connected. Like if you get here at the beginning of the game. Oh no, that didn't work. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, I tried to do that. So we'll have to try that on the next episode. What we're gonna have to do there is get to that little pathway early enough because it leads to some like buildings. I'm gonna hit this real hard. Okay. Luckily, I just kind of glanced off of it. So yeah, we'll have to get to that little pathway before like the planet starts to fall apart. Can I get in this thing, please? Please, thank you. Boom. Okay, so this is as we learned a couple episodes ago, this is the White Hole Station. I don't know if it was specifically built for people that get sucked into that black hole so that they can get back, but that might very well be the case. So we gotta come down here and get this rotating. And what we gotta do is once those arrows line up, we just look up, boom, and we get teleported back to Brittle Hollow here, which is a fancy mechanism. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull out one of these bad boys. Boom. Nailed it. I'm going the wrong way. Which way was the Hanging City? This way, I think. Is that the Sunless City? Huh. It looks like the towers are falling apart. Well, that's not good. Also, it seems that the planet actually breaks up randomly. The pieces of the surface will break off not in any specific pattern, is what I mean by that. So it's just kind of hard to dictate. Like, who knows what's gonna fall into the black hole first? I think one of the interesting, I don't know. I guess like we'll have to do some more. Oh God, did I fall into the damn thing again? Dang it! Dang it! No! Oh, this is not great. I got thinking about what I wanted to say there, and I was not paying attention on that jump. That's great. I have no fuel. I'm dead. I am legitimately dead. Okay, well, we'll just go ahead and cut this off here. Great. Fantastic. Really nailed that episode. Anyway, guys, I believe that's really all there is to the school district. Next episode, I'm gonna fly directly to Brittle Hollow. No messing around. We're gonna get down below the surface. We're gonna go back to the school district. We're gonna go along that path and see where it leads. I don't think there's anything left in the school district. But we'll check it out as well next episode just to see if I skipped anything. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I definitely appreciate it. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and a comment below. Hopefully I can figure out my audio issues so there's no more like weird cuts or anything like that. I sincerely apologize again for that. And hopefully I can figure it out, because it is really annoying to me as well. But anyway, guys, leave that like and comment. If you are not subscribed, subscribe. It definitely helps me out quite a bit, and I would be very appreciative. And I will see you guys on the next episode.